Imagine a place where trains move slower than a bicycle, chocolate bars mirror mountains, and cars are completely banned. Yet it's one of the most advanced tourist destinations in the world. Switzerland's Zermatt shows us how going backwards might actually be the way forward.
That's such an interesting paradox. How slowing down can actually represent progress. The Glacier Express really embodies this philosophy, doesn't it?
Well, you know what's fascinating about that train? It averages just 24 miles per hour, crossing nearly 300 bridges, and tunneling through 91 passages during its 8-hour journey. It's like they've turned the journey itself into the destination.
Those panoramic windows that curve into the ceiling must make it feel like you're literally floating through the Alps. What's the highest point on that route?
So at the Oberalp Pass, you're actually climbing to over 2,000 meters above sea level. That's higher than any train journey in the US. And here's what's really interesting. The entire experience is designed to showcase the landscape rather than just pass through it.
Hmm. That really connects to Zermatt's whole philosophy about sustainable tourism, doesn't it? I mean, they've been car-free since 1961, way before it was trendy.
That's exactly right. And get this, over 80% of their electricity comes from hydroelectric sources. They've managed to create this luxury destination that actually has a minimal environmental impact. Even their ski lifts use less energy per ride than boiling a kettle.
Speaking of skiing, the fact that you can literally ski to Italy for lunch and make it back for dinner in Switzerland is wild. How many kilometers of ski runs do they have total?
Well, you're looking at over 360 kilometers of ski runs. But here's what makes it truly special. They've developed all of this without compromising their environmental standards. The whole infrastructure is designed to work with the natural landscape rather than against it.
And watching over all of this is the Matterhorn, that iconic pyramid-shaped peak that's become so synonymous with Switzerland that they put it on their chocolate.
You know, the Matterhorn's history is actually quite dramatic. That first ascent in 1865, only 3 of the 7 climbers survived the descent. It's a powerful reminder of nature's raw power, even in this carefully managed paradise.
The way they've balanced preservation with progress is remarkable. How do they manage to maintain such high environmental standards while hosting millions of visitors?
So they've implemented this incredibly comprehensive system, from waste management to energy conservation. But what's really clever is how they've turned their limitations into advantages. Like those electric vehicles and horse-drawn sleighs, they've become part of the charm that attracts visitors.
That reminds me of how they've handled their culinary scene, maintaining traditional alpine recipes while incorporating modern techniques.
Exactly. And let me tell you about their local sourcing initiatives. Many restaurants maintain direct relationships with alpine dairy farms and valley growers. They're even producing wine at some of Europe's highest altitude vineyards, creating completely unique flavor profiles.
Well, that's fascinating. They're essentially turning extreme conditions into opportunities.
And you know what's really remarkable? The way they've managed their seasonal transitions. They've developed infrastructure that serves both winter and summer tourism without requiring major changes or environmental impact. Their hiking trails, over 400 kilometers worth, follow natural contours to minimize erosion.
That kind of long-term thinking seems to be embedded in everything they do in Zermatt.
Absolutely. Even down to their building codes. They're incredibly strict about maintaining the traditional alpine aesthetic while incorporating modern sustainability features. It's like they're creating this living laboratory for how tourism could work everywhere.
So, what do you think other destinations could learn from the Zermatt model?
Well, I think the key lesson is that limitations can become advantages if you're creative enough. They've shown that you don't have to choose between luxury and sustainability, between tradition and progress. You just have to be intentional about how you combine them.
That's such a powerful message for the future of tourism, and really for development in general.
You know what? Maybe that's why that slow train journey is such a perfect symbol for Zermatt. Sometimes you need to slow down to really move forward, whether you're watching the sunrise hit the Matterhorn or just enjoying a piece of Toblerone. Every moment there feels intentional and special.
Let's wrap up with that thought, that sometimes the best way to progress is to take it slow and steady, just like that Glacier Express winding through the Alps.